They're not there.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. We're down here. I was not ready for Meg to come through. So we down here, y'all. I'm on my way to make a run real quick. And I thought I would just turn the camera on and figure out something to talk about. I don't know what's going on. I haven't been on the blogs at all this week. Not too much. I tried to get on them yesterday when we were on the phone, the neighborhood talk. Do I follow the neighborhood talk? Yeah, I do. There's a lot of things going on in the world, but I haven't really been paying attention to like the trending topics this week. It's been kind of slow. Yeah, it's been kind of slow. So what's happening, what I saw like kind of stood out to me, what kind of stood out to me this week was this clip that is going around of Kevin Samuels flipping statistics for black men. It's really dangerous what he's doing, and what's even more dangerous is that black men who proclaim themselves as leaders of the community are willingly and blindly following him without checking stats and are regurgitating the things that he's saying and like really standing in in the fallacies that he is sharing with everybody. It's really sad. He's basically saying that the rates or the domestic violence rates are not real, and he does not see women being abused. He doesn't see this, and it's really dangerous what he's doing. It's really, really dangerous. But yesterday I was on live with Nathaniel, and I was talking about how I feel like the roles in our community have successfully been switched, and what Kevin Samuels is doing is he's aiding in that. He's assisting in the switch of this idea that the men are really the ones who are oppressed and it's not the women. And what he's doing is he's literally, all he's doing is, it's very simple what he's doing, and it speaks to the hearts of these men who have these weak, malleable brains, and all he's doing is taking statistics and flipping them. He's putting the men where the women are and the women where the men are, and he's telling men, here are the statistics. And somebody in the comments say he has reversed hypergamy. That's what's going on. It's like, you're the prize. The woman should be doing these things. The woman should be doing these things for you. She should be taking care of you. But what's crazy is the women are really taking care of the men. The women are the breadwinners. Go Google yourself who files as head of households. Women are filing as head of households more. Black women, I think the stats are over 60-something%. You can go and Google it and see who are the heads of households, who are really the heads of households. And to me, it is a contradiction of the desires that the women who want to get married and who are seeking partnership and who are also race loyal, they are seeking partnership where they are able to be in a traditional male-centered relationship, because that's what traditional means to me, that you center the man, right? Modern means that you no longer are centering the man in the relationship. So I feel like that's what's happening, is that within the black community, we have successfully switched roles where the men are in the submissive position and they're the ones requiring submission, but yet and still y'all are willingly and walking into this position to where you're actually should be, based on stats, the submissive one. You're not the head of household, right? You are what are they building over here? I don't know what they're building. You're not the head of household. You're not the breadwinner. And what's funny is the Tabitha Brown situation is exactly what Black love looks like. I feel like there has been a successful switch, and it's a mind fuck for women, Black women especially, who are race loyal, heterosexual, Christian, male centered, they want a traditional template in their household, but at the same time, those same women are heads of households and breadwinners. How are you the head of household? How are you the breadwinner? And you desire tradition? You tell me. How are you this Christian woman who desires a heterosexual relationship with a Black man? Okay, I'm being very specific, okay? How are you that woman, but also you make more than your husband, you are filing the head of household, and you are the breadwinner? How do you position yourself? Because to me, I feel like now it's just an act to say that the man is the head of the household, because that's not what the statistics show. That's not what the what IRS is reporting. That's not what's happening here. That's not what's happening here. So how are you the breadwinner? How are you the breadwinner? How do I say it? You're the breadwinner. You're the most educated, right? The pay gap is still there. However, you are very successful with what you have, right? You're heads of households. You are managing homes as single mothers. You're doing all these things, but you desire this traditional relationship when the men in your community that you are desiring to partner with aren't in the position to play that game of house with you. They can't even play house with you in the traditional way that you've been programmed to play house, because they're no longer in that position realistically. That's why I'd be like, somebody is lying. Y'all lying. Y'all out here saying that the men are heads of households, and they're not. And Kevin Samuels, he is assisting and ushering men into that position. And these are the same men who tell you your degree doesn't mean anything. These are the same men who tell you that you have to look a certain way. How are you able to dictate how the relationship looks when you're the submissive one? You can't tell a woman who has a higher education, who makes more than you, even though there's still a wage gap, she makes more than you. How are you telling her to submit? And ladies, how are you going to model a traditional household unless you're lying, right? What Tabitha Brown is demonstrating is a successful switch in what marriages look like in the Black community. And that's why everybody is like, no, this is regular. This is regular. This is regular. This is what we do. This is what we do as women. We work until we're able to retire our husbands so they can live like children and think like children and dream like children while you still work to maintain the household. Yes, he's contributing, but you are the breadwinner and the head of household. You have to file head of household, but you probably won't because you're in a traditional marriage. Somebody's lying. Y'all understand what I'm saying? This is what I said on Twitter the other day, because I said that, hold on. I'm going to read to you what I wrote, and I'll put it up on the screen. Here we go, right here. I've been lit since brunch. Thought shit. Kevin Samuels is effeminizing black men. He flips stats and puts the men in the women's space. He's effectively conditioning black men to believe the stats for black women really apply to them. It's fascinating to watch, and I hope somebody is documenting this to create a documentary on how this single man is assisting in ushering the flip of the traditional. And it's funny because he's screaming at modern women. He's screaming at modern women while ushering men in a submissive role. When you think of a traditional heterosexual, right? When you think about the rule book of white supremacy, the traditional household is the man is the center of the household, right? He's telling these men, you are the women in your society, right? But you can't date no modern woman. How are you telling the men that they can't date modern women while telling them that the statistics that apply to these women don't apply they actually apply to you? They're not the ones being abused. You're the ones being abused. And men are really eating that up. And what's really odd and really scary about men is that they will sit among you and nod their heads yes. As long as you are saying something that serves them, they will not go and look up a statistic to save their life. Because whatever this man is saying, and he's giving out contradicting information. He is telling men that they are the prize. At the same time, you don't want a modern woman, you want a traditional woman. Where our society, the way that it has morphed, there are no traditional women technically. The woman would have to agree to kind of dim herself so that she can stroke a man's ego in order for him to call himself the head of household. Do you understand what I'm saying? And he's telling these men that you're the head of household, but you're also in this submissive role and you're the prize. They're not the prize. The women are not the prize. And it's not that he is like, when I say effeminizing, making them gay, what I'm saying is they are switching the roles to where women are performing in the traditional ideas, a socialized construct of what masculinity looks like. That's what the modern woman looks like, right? She's the one doing all the work. The man is resting in his femininity while the woman is doing the work. And this is what's regular. And that's why I was like, okay, this is a demonstration of what black love looks like in the black community, is that the woman is going to work in order to retire her husband. And now she is the breadwinner and the head of household. In a traditional Christian home, where it's really, that's what our tradition is. Our tradition no longer looks like the what white people have designed it to look like, where the man is the center, the woman is the domestic one. She is the one that needs to do all of the muling and the mattressing, right? While the man reaps the benefits of marriage, she's the one doing the work. But that's not what's happening in reality. The women are working just as much as the man, making more than their partners, but still saying that these men are the heads of households. Kevin Samuels is doing something really, really amazing. And I'm sitting back and I'm watching these men who are proclaimed leaders and alphas, just really watching this man usher them into this feminine role. And now the presentation of a black man is actually the feminine of what traditionally is supposed to look like. That's, the black man is in the feminine role and the black woman is in the traditional idea of what the masculine role is. Am I too far off? I'm convinced that within the black community, the men and women have successfully switched roles. The mindfuck comes when the same black women want a male-centered traditional relationship, and the men expect submission. How can you want submission when you're in the submissive role? There are black women who are conservative, who are race loyal, who are heterosexual and Christian, and they desire traditional partnerships. But you're not going to get a traditional partnership if you want to partner with a black man, because the roles within our community are morphing and switching. Now, I don't care about gender roles. But there are women who care, black women, like I said, race loyal black women who care about gender roles. And the gender roles within the black community, the woman is the man. But the woman is the woman, and she is the woman, and she is taking care of the community. She is making sure the community stays intact. She's doing all of these things, making sure the house stays intact. She is the masculine. That's what's happening. Y'all let me know what you think about it. I really think that's what Kevin Samuels is doing. It's just flipping stats, and the men are enjoying that, and so they're ingesting it, and they are regurgitating the information without any research and really arguing with other black women. Some man told me, I told this man the other day to go build something, and he came back to me and told me, why y'all always telling me a man to build something when y'all ain't never built nothing in your life? Good luck.